Clock strikes noon in Madison, Wisconsin as we welcome you to the Goodman Diamond, getting ready for Game 3 of this Big Ten series between the 5th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers and the Wisconsin Badgers. Glad to have you here with us on Big Ten Plus. I'm Carter Burmaster, joined by Johnny Rader. Rachel Cohen is a third member of our crew. And then Johnny, it has been a dominant series for Nebraska, and it's been Alexis Jensen and Jordy Fromm who've been leading the charge for the Cornhuskers.
And offensively, Nebraska was quiet outside of the fourth inning where all the damage came. All 6 of their runs were scored, highlighted by that Jensen 2-run home run that you just saw. And then it was kicked off by Kuzak, that double that led to a Farrell RBI.
And then Jordy Fromm had 2 hits in that game, including a double, but her work was largely done in the circle. Look at that double here, but her pitching was outstanding yesterday, a no-hitter through the first 6 innings. She was 1 out away from completing that no-hitter until Olivia Bark hit a single, followed by a Kendra Lewis single. Those are Wisconsin's only 2 hits of the day. As we take a look at the stats from, it was her another no-hitter, or another complete game shutout for her. It was the 11th total shutout for Nebraska. Jensen with the 2-run home run. As we take a look at the batting order for Nebraska, and it is Jordy Fromm who will lead the Cornhuskers out.
Yeah, and Hannah Core as well after that. She's great. She was doing good with the 2 RBIs, consistently setting the table for Nebraska. Big in the inning production, not flashy, just effective.
Also Casey Hoffman down in the lineup, had 2 RBIs in Game 1. As we take a look at the Wisconsin defense, not too much changed in the lineup. Hillary Blomberg, of course, the catcher. Olivia Bark at third. Kendra Lewis will be out in right field after starting in the circle yesterday, as Shelby Jacobson is the one to get the start in the circle for Wisconsin. Second start this series for Wisconsin's ace. She's going to have to face against a very tough Nebraska lineup.
And she hasn't played a bad series so far. It's just that they haven't gotten any response offensively. Shelby Jacobson has really kept them intact and defensively, holding them to 5 runs and 6 runs respectively.
Went all 7 innings in Game 1. Gave up 5 hits as well as 5 runs, through 6 strikeouts as well as 4 walks.
Yeah, she probably won't play the entire game, up to 67 strikeouts on the year, 84 innings played. She's been the senior leader that has team support. She's spotting up and spinning it, according to Coach Healy. She's doing a great job, and we'll see how she does today.
And facing off against a Nebraska team. They were known for their offense last year, one of the best offensive teams in the nation, but it has been their pitching this year that has really taken them to the next level, one of the best pitching teams in the entire nation. They lead the Big Ten in numerous categories, including ERA. As there is a look at Jacobson getting ready.
Yeah, top of the Big Ten. UCLA beats you with the bats, hits a ton of home runs, and then Nebraska beats you with the pitches.
12th start of the season for Jacobson. 10-5 record at 3.60 ERA. And it's not going to be easy for her to start, going against Fromm to get the day started. Jordy Fromm, one of the best players in the nation, an electric 2-way player. She can hurt you with her bat, she can hurt you with her arm. 14 home runs on the season for Fromm. Has 4 hits this series. And 8 at-bats as we take a look at her numbers. 35 RBIs for the former national champion with Oklahoma.
Yeah, 2 College World Series appearances at Oklahoma. Wanted to transfer home, got a little homesick, and now has the opportunity to play 2 ways here at Nebraska.
It's her 3rd season with the Cornhuskers. She missed the 2024 season, however, with injury, which meant this is her first series ever playing against Wisconsin. And here is the first pitch, swung on, hit to short, And a quick out number one. So Fromm makes contact with the Wisconsin defense, has an answer, and one down early on.
Good start from the Wisconsin infield defense to kick out and start this game fast.
Jordy Fromm showing already how easy it is for her to make contact. But Wisconsin had the answer. It was Conger at short, over to Showalter at first for out number one. Now Hannah Kaur, another player who is a former national champion with Oklahoma. She'll take ball one.
2 RBIs in game 2, mentioned that she's the consistent table setter. Big part of that 4th inning and getting that big inning production and being effective for the Cornhuskers.
3 homers on the season with 17 RBIs. That's ball 2 thrown by Jacobson.
Challenging with pitches higher and on the inside. Shelby Jacobson does a good job of doing that. She's got to get it in the strike zone now.
Here's the 2-0. Another connection, but again to short. And Conger again makes the play.
Copy-pasted that play for the Wisconsin infield defense. Again, 2 consecutive outs to start fast here at the top of this 1st inning.
And you know Shelby Jacobson, she will be content if she can keep Nebraska bats limited to just some easy ground outs. Next up for the Huskers is Kamazin, who will take strike 1. Kamazin, who was 2nd team All Big Ten last season. That one outside to bring the count even at 1-1.
Had the RBI in game 2, is also a two-way utility player, a left-handed pitcher. Pitched a little bit of the 1st inning, taken out early after the Badgers got a couple players on base.
Has an RBI in both games this series. That one fouled off. She was Big Ten Pitcher of the Week back in February. Threw a 5-inning no-hitter against Hawaii to help win that award. Here's the 1-2 from Jacobson. That one misses the zone, and again an even count.
She's one of the better players of getting on base as well with that .458 on base percentage.
That one misses the zone, now a full count. Jacobson looking for a 1-2-3 start to this game. Kamazin looking to get the first runner on base for Nebraska. Fouls that one off to stay alive.
Wisconsin defense has done a great job in the first 2 games of getting to faster starts defensively. Just about how the offense and defense can play off each other and build some momentum here for Coach Healy.
It was 6 great defensive innings from Wisconsin yesterday, but that top of the 4th, 6 runs allowed, and that's what powered Nebraska to the win and the series win. Full count. That will be ball 4, and Kamazin will take the walk to first. A runner on base for Nebraska with 2 down.
Big for Nebraska to avoid the 1-2-3 outs and get a player on base. Chance for them to generate some offense here in the top of the 1st inning here.
And now coming up for Nebraska, it's a familiar face around these parts. Ava Kuzak, the former Badger, started her career with 2 seasons for Wisconsin. Now in her 2nd season with Nebraska, and she's going to lift that one into left. It is back at the wall and caught! A fantastic defensive play out and left by Riley Crane. Or not, it's gone out. It's a home run, excuse me. Hard to tell out and left.
Yeah, that looked like she robbed it. Maybe it fell out of the
Take another
glove.
look at this. Right now, it's a 2-run home run to give Nebraska the lead.
Against her former team, too. It stands.
Not quite sure what happened there, but it is 2-0 Nebraska here in the top of the first. As a swing and a miss from Jesse Farrell, who had a home run in game 1.
Now Kuzak up to 11 home runs, but Farrell no stranger to hitting home runs either with 10 home runs.
Farrell connects to short. Conger bobbles it, and Farrell is going to get to first. Hannah Conger, who started the game well with 2 nice defensive plays, had a chance to end the inning. But Farrell is able to get on base with 2 outs to keep the inning going for Nebraska with this 2-0 lead.
Maybe that's a result of the playing surface being a little bit damp with the rain we got this morning here in Madison. But nonetheless, a crucial error there.
Now it doesn't get any easier for Jacobson. Here comes Alexis Jensen, had the 2-run shot yesterday. That will be strike 1. What a series it's been for the freshman Jensen. A complete game shutout in game 1, and then a 2-run home run in game 2. Now with a runner on first and an 0-1 count. That one will miss the zone for ball 1.
And Jensen is doing this all as a freshman. A two-way player playing this great as a hitter and a pitcher. You don't really see that often.
She has a great two-way player to learn from. That one fouled off. Jensen will have to return to the batter's box. Farrell will return to first. Nebraska trying to build on this quick start as they go for the sweep. And a 7th consecutive win against Wisconsin. Jensen hits that one to second. Whitten with the throw, and that is out number 3. A strange first, top of the first. Nebraska leads 2-0 on an Ava Kuzak home run, but Wisconsin able to get out without any more damage. We'll step aside here on Big Ten Plus. Back here in Madison, getting ready for the bottom of the first. Nebraska off to a quick start with a 2-0 lead thanks to an Ava Kuzak home run, which everyone in the press box originally thought was a rob by Riley Crane. Instead, it left the park. Nebraska takes the early lead as we take a look at the Nebraska defense.
Yeah, we talked to Nate Rohrer, the radio guy from Nebraska, and he said the one thing you can maybe call a weakness was the infield defense, but even then, they're ranked near the top of the Big Ten in the key statistics needed for a good infield defense.
Yeah, lead the Big Ten in fielding percentage. Jordy Fromm, who started pitcher and will be at first as we take a look at the Wisconsin batting order. Emily Bojan to lead off. She had a 35-game on-base streak ended yesterday in Game 2. It was the second longest on-base streak in Wisconsin history. There's also a 20-game on-base streak for Hillary Blomberg that was also broken yesterday.
Goes to show you how good the pitching is from Nebraska to shut down the two best players in the hitting department on the Badgers, Blomberg and Bojan. Two huge streaks ended by that great pitching department.
Getting a bit of delay of as some maintenance is being done to the dirt in the circle before we will see Alexis Jensen get the start for Nebraska. Jensen, who had that 7-inning shutout in game 1, the home run yesterday. Now we'll be getting another chance at this Wisconsin batting order. She had 10 strikeouts in game 1. It was the 4th time this season she's had double-digit strikeouts in a game.
Double-digit strikeouts. That tells you Wisconsin just really hasn't solved her yet. Through going into the second game of play here.
Even though she did play yesterday, she did give her arm a little bit of a break, so we'll see how she's able to come out in this one, having pitched 7 innings on Friday night. Taking a look at her stats, 16-2 record. She leads all freshman pitchers with those 16 wins.
Usually there's an adjustment period for freshman pitchers going from high school batters to Big Ten batters, and especially with how good the hitters are from these teams like UCLA and Wisconsin. There really hasn't been an adjustment period for her, and she's been dominant with that 2.62 ERA.
It's been a big part of this dominant Nebraska pitching core. Right at the top of most categories in the Big Ten. They lead the Big Ten in ERA and strikeouts, in saves with 12, while second place has 6. Jordy Fromm alone has more saves than the rest of the Big Ten. Also first in hits allowed, runs allowed, and earned runs allowed. And second with those 11 shutouts. Trying to get a 3rd straight shutout in this series. So we're going to take a look at the play that gave Nebraska the lead. This Ava Kuzak home run, doing some damage against her former team. And you can see in the background Riley Crane, who we originally thought made the catch. But it turns out it did cross the fence and give Nebraska that 2-run advantage. Kuzak, who had 2 great seasons with Wisconsin. Was second team All Big Ten in 2024. A 32 RBI season. And then last year, in her first year with Nebraska, was first team All Big Ten. And over 60 RBIs. So we take a look at the crowd. It's been a great crowd all weekend long. Over 1,000 fans in attendance yesterday, 16th largest crowd in the history of Goodman Diamond, and the first time since 2024, almost 2 years ago, that they got 1,000 fans in attendance. And another good crowd that has shown up today for this one as more maintenance is being done to the playing surface. Shout out to the grounds crew putting in the work.
Wonder if a few droplets have fallen in the time that the game has started, or if it's just all the damage that the rain did in the morning.
Rain in the morning. There was a little bit of rain yesterday. And expect to be some more rain later today. Sure, the grounds crew is hoping that will hold off until after this game has concluded.
Fresh dirt, no excuses for either side today.
Making the wait a lot longer for Jensen, but she doesn't seem to mind it.
They're having fun.
It's been a fun season for Nebraska. Second in the Big Ten. And despite having one of the toughest schedules in the nation, they have had the toughest non-conference schedule of any team in Division I. But it has not hurt them at all. 32-6 record this season. They've played 3 games against teams who have been ranked #1 this season. 2 against Texas when they were top of the nation, and 1 against Texas Tech. 2 of those games they won.
And getting that series win against UCLA too, 2-1. Massive statement made in the conference.
But this Nebraska team, who lost in the Super Regional last season to Tennessee, as we take a look at those standings, Nebraska right behind Washington and just ahead of UCLA and Oregon. What a fun sprint to determine the regular season champion that is going to be between those top teams.
Wisconsin, you got to be happy as well after starting 0-3 in conference play and then getting a chance to rebound against Maryland, getting that big series win against Penn State and against Purdue, teams similarly placed with them in the conference. The Badgers have really picked up the pace here, getting back up to 7-7.
Wisconsin entered this series having won 3 consecutive Big Ten series, first time since 2023. However, that streak coming to an end with yesterday's loss.
Hasn't been too long since their last win, however, with that big Loyola Chicago comeback win, 7-6.
Both of Wisconsin's last 2 wins have been in comeback fashion, 6-run comebacks. The one against Loyola Chicago, and to close out the series against Purdue. Both of those are tied for the second largest comeback in program history. Bucky waiting for the action to resume.
He's having a great time, though.
He always is.
Softball there. Wow.
As the dance party has begun at Goodman.
Synchronized.
Have to entertain the fans however they can as we continue to wait. The lines being painted back onto the batter's box.
You can call back to the Loyola Chicago game. They didn't have a single hit, the Badgers didn't, until the 5th inning. 11-0 in the hitting department.
Making contact has been a struggle this entire series. Wisconsin just 4 hits through those first 2 games compared to 16 from Nebraska, and all 4 of those hits have been singles. Wisconsin struggling to find extra bases and struggling to get runners in scoring position. They left 6 runners on base in game 1, just 2 runners on base yesterday, and it was those. That just again goes to show how dominant this Nebraska pitching staff has been, as finally Jensen is able to start warming up. Should be moments away from getting this game back underway. Long wait for both her and Bojan. Have to wonder if that will have any effect. Extra time to think about this at bat. As now Bojan will come to the box. So we can begin the bottom of the first. Nebraska leading 2-0 thanks to an Ava Kuzak home run. And it is Alexis Jensen back in the circle for the Huskers. Emily Bojan up to bat for Wisconsin. 21 RBIs on the season, 4 home runs. Trying to restart an on-base streak after losing her 35-game on-base streak yesterday in game 2. Jensen delivers strike 1. Trying to pick up right where she left off on Friday.
Yeah, 2 strikeouts yesterday. Looking to get back up to speed here with that on-base percentage of over 500 coming into the series.
Swing and a miss from Bojan. That's strike 2.
The pitch is so fast, high and inside against a righty batter. The Badgers just can't practice for that going into this series.
Bojan, who has started every game, will take ball 1. He's been a consistent part of this Wisconsin team for the last 4 seasons. The team in OB on base percentage entering this series. That one misses the zone, so an even count at 2-2. Swung on and foul by Bojan.
It'll be big here for Wisconsin to make a statement here in the first run through of these batters, because they just haven't been able to find answers the second and third time around, and the chance to make adjustments. So getting off to this fast start will make the adjustments easier going on.
Here's the 2-2. Again, misses the zone, now full count for Bojan. She did have a walk in game one, trying to get another one off of Jensen. That's strike number 3, first strikeout of the day for Jensen. She picks up right where she left off in game one, and Emily Bojan is retired.
And that's 3 straight strikeouts for Bojan.
Bojan, she was ready to head to first. Not the call she wanted. Now it's Hillary Blomberg, Wisconsin's most powerful hitter. We'll take ball 1. Blomberg, who recently recorded career hit number 150, has 41 RBIs on the season to go with her 12 home runs, batting almost 400. Strike 1 from Jensen.
No production from the top hitter in the first 2 games. Goes to show how dominant Nebraska has been in the pitching department from Fromm and Jensen.
Blomberg just 1 for 6 this series. That one high for ball 2. Blomberg, who has put together some huge performances this season, had 4 RBIs in the final game of the Maryland series to help the Badgers to a run rule victory. That's ball 3, so a hitter's count for Blomberg. Player who is tied for second in program history in career home runs with 31. The 3-1, hit to second. Ball is bobbled, but the play is made for out number 2. Lauren Kamazin over to Jordy Fromm. Wisconsin's first 2 batters both head back to the dugout.
Watching these first 3 games from Blomberg and the very few hits she's been able to get, it's been going to the same spot, and they've given the test to the infield defenders, and after the first little error they had, they've been able to adjust to it.
Ball 1 there from Jensen, going against Olivia Bark. 30 RBIs on the season, just 1 home run. Hitting .343. She had the single that broke Jordy Fromm's no-hitter yesterday with 2 outs to go in the bottom of the 7th. There's strike 1 from Jensen.
Yeah, she breathed a little life into the Wisconsin offense at the end of game 2, but going to need to see that a little bit earlier if you're a Badger fan.
Bark also 1 for 6 this series, has struck out once. She's going to hit this one into left center field, and it's down for a base hit. Olivia Bark with a single off of Alexis Jensen. So her last 2 at-bats in this series have both resulted in hits. Perfectly placed hit from Olivia Bark. Now brings Kendra Lewis up, who also got a hit right at the end of yesterday's game. That went inside for ball 1.
Now you get a lefty pitcher versus a lefty batter. 2 utility players going up against each other.
37 hits on the season for Lewis. Gonna foul that one off. out of the stadium. Lewis, another exciting two-way player. She was the one who started in the circle yesterday for Wisconsin, one of the toughest to strike out in the Big Ten. That one inside. They're going to call it strike two. 1-2 count. Lewis, who has only struck out 2 times this entire season. There's a swing and a miss. A second strikeout for Jensen. Olivia Barks left stranded at first, as that will end the first inning. Alexis Jensen continues to dominate at Goodman. 2 strikeouts in the first for the freshman. Nebraska leads 2-0 through 1 here in Madison. Back here in Madison, getting ready for the top of the second. Nebraska with a 2-0 lead thanks to an Ava Kuzak home run. It's been a long time since we've seen Shelby Jacobson in the circle due to the stoppage in between the top and bottom of the first.
Started off the first inning hot, but could not respond to the home run after Kuzak. The 2 points. Tough start for the Badgers defensively, but leaving another player on base offensively for the Badgers.
Casey Hoffman up for Nebraska. 16 RBIs on the season, had 2 RBIs in game 1. First pitch high for ball 1.
Yeah, she was the middle of the order production that the Cornhuskers really needed, exactly what they needed down the stretch in game 2.
Jacobson missing the zone there for ball 2. Hoffman, who spent 3 seasons with Arkansas before coming to Nebraska, connects with this one into right center field, and it's a base hit for Hoffman. It's the 3rd hit of the season of the series for Casey Hoffman, who starts the top of the second well with a single for the Cornhuskers. That makes it an 8-game hit streak and 15 straight games on base for Hoffman. Now Samantha Bland. She's going to bunt. Running to first. The throw is not there, and it gets away. Hoffman to third. And Bland is able to advance to second. Another defensive mistake from the Badgers. And Nebraska with 2 runners in scoring position.
Bland has done a great job this series of getting on base, scoring runs no matter how she can get it done. She's part of the chain reaction that Nebraska gets on, and they cash in here in game 3.
Out of the dugout, having a conversation with the umpire.
We talking about a little bit of interference that Bland played in that exchange.
Looks like it, as the umpires will now come together, have a conversation, make sure everything is all right with that last play. going to get a review for interference. Did Bland affect the play at first? So now another stoppage as we will take a look at this play. Nebraska looking to expand on their lead.
Early on in this contest as well, most of their scoring had gotten done after the third inning in games 1 and 2. Opposite story here, putting up 2 runs early and now a chance to send 2 more home, depending on how this call goes.
Nebraska would be thrilled to get offensive production in more than just 1 inning after, despite that fantastic top of the 4th yesterday, still going scoreless for 6 innings. It's Lauren Camazin coming up next for the Huskers after this review. She has 5 home runs and 25 RBIs on the season. She can drive in runs. That's why this call is so important, to see if we will have 2 runners in scoring position.
In the first 2 games, the Wisconsin defense did a good job of weathering the storm and continuously giving the offense chances to bat themselves back into this game. But so far today, they got to slow them down here. The opportunities are gonna slow down here for the Badgers offensively if this continues.
Bland, who had a 4-game hit streak. And the call's been changed. Successful challenge from Yvette Healy. Samantha Bland is called out. Casey Hoffman has to return to first. And a big swing early on in this game.
Yeah, on the throw, it looked like the softball hit her thigh and bounced off and caused that play. So good call from the refs to overturn that.
So 1 down as Camazin comes up. Ball 1 thrown by Jacobson. Look at Camazin's number. Hitting just over 300 on the season. Fouls that one off. Camazin is second on this Nebraska team in hits this season with 46, just behind Jordy Fromm, who will be next up for Nebraska.
It's 25 RBIs this season. If they had those 2 players in scoring position right now, it would be the most ideal situation for Nebraska to have a player that hits this many RBIs.
Again, fouled off.
Right over our heads.
What a privilege it is for Nebraska to have a hitter of Camazin's quality hitting 9th in the batting order. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Jacobson. Misses the zone. Now a 2-2 count. Hoffman waiting for a chance to run after being forced to return to first from third. That one hit to third. It's bobbled by Bark, and there's no play able to be made. And again, the ball gets away from Whitten this time. Hoffman unable to advance, but 2 runners on base for Nebraska. And again, a defensive miscue from Wisconsin.
Teams having trouble handling the softball on the infield off the dirt. It's going to come up here in the result of this game. Almost caused another steal of bases there.
And now back to the top of the Husker lineup. It is Jordy Fromm. Grounded out in the top of the first. Takes strike 1 here. Fromm has had 2 hits in both games this series. And now with 2 runners on, Hoffman at second, trying to expand this Nebraska lead. Facing a 1-1 count.
So far playing to how Nebraska wants to, getting the players on base for Fromm to send them home. Has a big opportunity here.
That one just outside for ball 2. Tough position here for Jacobson. Going against Nebraska's top hitter. 2 runners on, and just 1 out. Now a 3-1 count.
If there's any downside to pointing out here for Nebraska, they have left 13 players on base throughout the first 2 games of the series.
And still they have outscored Wisconsin. Now a total of 15-0. Fromm hits that one in the air. Foul territory. Long run for Blomberg, can't make it. And excuse me, my math was wrong. It's actually 13-0 this series. I'm a journalism student, not a math student. Full count for Fromm. Trying to load the bases, potentially drive these 2 runners home. Fouls one off to stay alive.
You mentioned not being a math student. How good were you with those time tests that you take in like elementary school?
See, I was able to do a bit good with that, but once we got to the more advanced stuff, that's where the skills stopped. Here's the full count, hit to short. Conger's there, out at third. So Fromm will get on base, but Hoffman thrown out. 2 down for Nebraska, with runners on first and second once again. Hannah Conger has been busy early in this one.
Good play from the Wisconsin defense to not allow any more advancement on the bases there from the Nebraska offense. Net 1 out for the defense there.
Now Hannah Kaur with 2 outs and 2 on. That's strike number 1. Kaur is 0 for 1 today, also grounded out to short. Another strike thrown by Jacobson, 0-2. Trying to get out of the inning.
And when we talked to Nate Rohr, the radio play-by-play guy for Nebraska, he said the most improved player was Hannah Kaur on that squad. And they're a team full of seniors, so newcomer, most improved player, senior from California.
One of the many experienced players on this Nebraska squad. A team that looks on the surface level is made up of seniors and transfers. Rohr talked a lot about how there's really a tight group and a lot of players who are from Nebraska. 12 of the 23 on the roster. Kaur hits that one in a right. Lewis is back and makes the catch for out number 3. Nebraska able to get runners on in the top of the second, but Jacobson and the Wisconsin defense able to prevent any more runs. We will head to the bottom of the second. Nebraska leading 2-0 on Big Ten Plus. Back here in Madison for the bottom of the second. Nebraska leading Wisconsin 2-0. Alexis Jensen had 2 strikeouts in the first. after throwing 10 strikeouts in Game 1 on Friday. Now going against Jackie Showalter. 0 for 6 this series, has struck out 3 times. She entered this series with home runs in 3 straight games and a 4-game hit streak. That has been broken. Showalter hoping that she can get back to how she was hitting before this series as Jensen throws ball 1.
Yeah, you got to think back to that solo home run in the 4th inning against Maryland that really set the momentum of that series. Going to need something like that right here.
9 home runs on the season to go with 16 RBIs. Hits that one in the air. Towards first, and the catch made by Lauren Kamazin for out 1.
Badgers just really need to get something going against the players on base. Only 2 left on base in yesterday's game. And the problem in Game 1 was they had 6 left on base. No opportunities so far in these last 2 games.
Here's Danny Lucy. Take ball 1. Lucy didn't feature in Game 2. Was 0 for 3 in Game 1 with 3 strikeouts. The 2025 Big Ten All-Defensive Team selection. There's strike 1. Lucy, who can be dangerous when she gets on base. She has 9 stolen bases this season. Has been caught only 2 times. She has not been able to get on base yet this series. Hit that one foul into the stands.
Against Louisville, 4 for 4, 3 RBIs, a career best. Led the team at the time in batting average with .415.
One-two count. Jensen looking for another strikeout. That one hit to third. Samantha Bland with the throw to first for out number 2.
Great play to cleanly field that one on the infield and get the quick out.
That Nebraska infield defense, no problems yet in this one. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the second. Now it's Kaylee Whitten for Wisconsin. Trying to figure out Alexis Jensen. That one's inside for ball 1. Whitten with 6 RBIs on the season, just 8 hits. It's her 23rd appearance of the year. There's a strike thrown by Jensen. The 1-1. Misses the zone. Another ball from Jensen.
Another young player getting her grounding. Recorded her first hit and RBI of her collegiate career against Arizona State at the GCU Invitational earlier in March.
That one fouled off by Whitten. Only had 2 at-bats all of 2025. He's become more of a regular member of the Wisconsin lineup this year. The 2-2. That one hit in the air towards second. And another play made by Kamazin. The Nebraska infield defense flawless in the bottom of the second. We will head to the third. Nebraska 2, Wisconsin 0 here on Big Ten Plus. here at the Goodman Diamond. The 5th-ranked Huskers lead 2-0. With more on Wisconsin, here's Rachel Cohen.
Yeah, guys, coming into this Nebraska series, Wisconsin head coach Yvette Healy really wanted to change the mindset of this team, and that's celebrating the small wins. She told us a story about how she was talking with Badger alum Kayla Conwent and was saying to her, the season feels a lot like last year, and she wants to find ways to replicate that same success. And she asked Kayla for advice, and Kayla said, Coach, I wish we celebrated more of the small wins. She brought up how they went on a 6-game win streak against Big Ten teams. They won 2 out of 3 games on the road against a top 35 team in Purdue, and that's a big accomplishment. And to celebrate those wins, they're using that today. Guys.
Thanks for that, Rachel. Hannah Kamazin back up for Nebraska. Just fouled off that first pitch. She had a walk in the top of the first, and she was the runner driven in on that Ava Kuzak 2-run home run, which has Nebraska ahead. Strike thrown there by Jacobson, so a quick 0-2 count.
Jacobson a chance to take back momentum here for this Wisconsin defense and start things fast.
Kamazin towards short. That one's going to get past Conger. A single for Hannah Kamazin, and she gets on base once again.
Setting the table for the Nebraska offense once again. Ending that quick 0-2 start from that Wisconsin defense.
Back up to bat is Ava Kuzak, the former Badger who hit the 2-run home run to give Nebraska the lead in the first. Now in the same position with Kamazin at first. Kuzak, who has been spectacular for the Huskers ever since arriving in Lincoln. Originally from Colorado. She fouls that one off. Again, hits it a long way, showing off her power.
And Nebraska came into this series on a 5-game winning streak. She hit a .471 batting average, 2 home runs, a couple RBIs. So she was hot coming into this series, and she's continuing it here against Wisconsin.
That went outside for ball 2. Kuzak, who was placed on the USA Softball Player of the Year Top 50 watch list. Another phenomenal season for Nebraska. Hit her 11th home run of the season earlier today. Now a 3-1 count to the former Badger. Trying to hit another home run off her former teammate Jacobson. Going to pop that one up into foul territory. That will bring the count full.
She's definitely been aggressive with it. She knows she's on the heat check right now.
Full count. Again, fouled off by Kuzak. Have a quick word with her coach, Rhonda Ravel.
Pitch to the inside on the righty batter. An aggressive batter. Swinging at everything and anything.
The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Jacobson.
68th strikeout of the year. Need that to turn down the momentum from the Cornhuskers.
First strikeout of this game, 7th strikeout of the season. And after Kuzak gets the home run in the first, Jacobson gets the strikeout in the third. Now Jessie Farrell, another player who's very capable of hitting the ball a long way. She's going to hit that one towards first. Showalter will step on the bag to get the out, but Kamazin able to advance to second. And a runner in scoring position for Nebraska with 2 outs as Alexis Jensen now comes up. And again, another big threat in the batter's box for Nebraska.
And another inning where players are on base and a chance for Nebraska to capitalize. But 5 left on base so far today and 13 in the other 2 games.
Jensen grounded out in the first. Hit a home run yesterday. That one misses the zone for ball 1. You have to feel, as it stands right now, Jensen would be considered player of the series for Nebraska. A freshman who has done it all. That one missing the zone for ball 2.
Maybe a close tie for player of the series with Jordy Fromm. We'll have to see how this game finishes out.
There's a strike thrown by Jacobson. Jensen, who is a 2-time Nebraska Gatorade Player of the Year and a 2024 state champion. She's going to hit that one hard, left center field. It is off the wall. Kamazin coming around to score. And Jensen sliding home safe at second, an RBI double for the freshman. Continues to shine here in Madison.
And the Cornhuskers capitalize off having players on base. Good response after how the last inning finished off.
Now 3 RBIs this series for Alexis Jensen, alongside her 12 strikeouts and 0 runs allowed. Now Casey Hoffman, another dangerous hitter with a runner in scoring position, as Jacobson throws ball 1.
And a chance for her 3rd RBI of this series.
Had a single last inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1. The 1-1. Outside for ball 2. Hoffman looking for her 4th hit of the series. That one fouled. Even count at 2-2. Jacobson's already thrown over 50 pitches, as he has had to face the entire Nebraska lineup already. It's nearly gotten through the entire lineup for a second time now. Hoffman, right center field. It is down for a base hit. Jensen is in to score. It's 4-0 Cornhuskers. Another RBI for Casey Hoffman.
And Nate Rohr talked about the adjustment from the Mountain West to the Big Ten. So far, it looks like she's adjusting well.
Perfectly placed in between 3 Badgers. Now Samantha Bland back up. She had a failed bunt last inning, which after review, she was called for interference after she thought she was able to reach second off a wild throw.
Almost started another chain reaction of runs for Nebraska. It's what she did in game 2. Has a chance to do it again here.
It's a similar position that she was in. She hits that one to second, and the little toss. Whitten to Conger for out number 3. Nebraska, though, extends their lead 4-0 to the Cornhuskers as we hit the middle of the 3rd in Madison. Welcome back to Madison. Nebraska leading 4-0 over Wisconsin. So we're going to take a look at the Badgers head coach, Yvette Healy. She's been fantastic for the Badgers, 16 seasons as a head coach, winningest coach in program history. She's also 4 wins away from 600 career wins, including her 6 seasons with Loyola Chicago.
One of the energetic coaches of the Big Ten, builds on momentum. Hard to stop that once they get it going, but an opportunity here to build some.
Riley Crane hits that one into right as the catch is made by Casey Hoffman for a quick out. Alexis Jensen remains dominant to start the third.
Riley Crane almost robs a home run. It's one deep into right field and gets that one stolen from her.
Here's Hannah Conger now. Has been busy defensively, her first time in the batter's box. Takes ball 1. Conger with 2 home runs on the season, 16 RBIs and hitting just over 300. Hit in the air again to right. And again, Hoffman is there to make the play for out number 2.
Just like that, the Badgers have put themselves in a bad position. 2 straight outs, no players on base. Not really giving Bojan a chance.
Back to the top of the lineup for Wisconsin and Bojan, who struck out in the first.
Looking to end that strikeout streak.
It's not how she'll want to start it. Takes strike 1. It's been a major struggle of a series for these Wisconsin batters. Bojan hoping she can get on base and give Blomberg a chance to drive in a run. That one high from Jensen.
We talk about the setup for these great hitters, but Nebraska's done an amazing job of shutting down the 2 best players with Bojan and Blomberg here.
Check swing. Didn't go according to the first base ump. Now a 2-1 count. There's a strike thrown by Jensen, another even count. The 2-2, now a full count. Bojan looking to restart an on-base streak after having what was the second longest on-base streak in program history broken yesterday. She was able to reach base against Jensen in game 1. He's going to foul that one off and stay alive. That ball into the stands.
Badgers just got to find a way to stop the bleeding and get past this 3-and-out opportunity that Nebraska has.
Here's the pitch. Swung on towards third. Bland. 1, 2, 3 outs. A 1-2-3 inning for the Cornhuskers as we head to the 4th. Nebraska leading 4-0. Alexis Jensen is dominating this weekend. The 5th-ranked Huskers in control.
When congestion has you feeling off, turn on new Afrin Saline, made with seawater, and feel the rush of extra strength daily relief.
Wow.
Afrin Saline. Now, the wow is real every day.
Back here in Madison, Nebraska in control of Game 3. They've been in control of this entire series. 4-0 is the score as we reach the 9th batter of this Nebraska batting order for the second time already. Lauren Kamazin, who had a single in the second, now leading off the 4th. Looking to get on base once again for Jordy Fromm. Working against Shelby Jacobson. That pitch outside for ball number 1.
One of the two pairs of sisters in this series here. Twin sister of Nebraska two-way player Hannah Kamazin.
Both of them who played together at Arkansas and came to Nebraska at the same time. Kamazin fouls that one off. They are both Nebraska natives, so not too shocking that they would want to come back, play for their hometown school. Now part of what has been a fantastic Nebraska team. 5th in the nation in RPI. That one inside for ball 2.
With Lauren playing catcher and with Hannah playing pitcher, I mean, you could tell who did what in the backyard.
Kamazin, who has that defensive flexibility. She can play catcher. She's been playing second in this one. She's had some nice defensive plays to help keep Wisconsin's offense quiet. She faces a 3-1 count. Some sunglasses now being run to Wisconsin infielders as the sun shines down on the Goodman Diamond. This beautiful spring day in Madison. 3-1 count. At strike number 2, and now a full count. Jacobson looking for her second strikeout. That one hit it into center, and the play made. Danny Lucy for out number 1.
Good start to the inning. Catch for the outfield. And stop these Huskers from getting on base if you're a Badger fan.
Takes us back to the top of the order for Nebraska and Jordy Fromm, who is 0 for 2 today. Ball 1 thrown by Jacobson.
Oh for 2 on that fielder's choice in the second. From Samantha Bland.
She's had 2 hits in both games so far this series. A double in both games. Also had an RBI triple in game 1. When we talked with Nate Rohr, he talked about how she's a fantastic pitcher, but she's been an All-American. He talked about how even if she didn't pitch, her hitting alone could still qualify her to be an All-American. One of the most dangerous and exciting players in the nation.
Yeah, good enough to win Freshman of the Year in the Big 12.
Strike 1 thrown there by Jacobson, avoids the 4-pitch walk.
As a one-way player with the Sooners.
That's another thing talked about, how it's really been since she arrived in Nebraska that her pitching began to pick up. Did not do as much of that. Here's a base hit down the left field line. She's going to go for 2. 3 games played in Madison and 3 doubles from Jordy Fromm, her 5th hit of the series. Just perfectly placed past the glove of Olivia Bark at third.
That gives a chance for Kaur and Kamazin to build off of it.
Fromm at second, hoping that her former Oklahoma teammate Hannah Kaur can drive her home. Strike one there thrown by Jacobson. Nebraska trying to build on their lead. Already up to 4-0. They've scored 9 runs off of Jacobson this series. Kaur, foul territory. The catch made by Showalter, and Fromm going to head to third. So Kaur heads back to the dugout, but Fromm able to advance as Hannah Kamazin comes to the plate. Another very capable hitter on this Nebraska team. Trying to drive Fromm home. That one's outside for ball 1. "36 RBIs on the season for Hannah Kamazin. Had a single in the second. And also walked in the first. Fouls that one off. 1-1 count.
Another crucial situation for the Badger defense to be able to keep this a game for the Badger offense to respond here in a timely fashion with 3 innings left.
Jacobson misses the zone there for ball 2. Kamazin trying to drive Fromm home to make it 5-0. Or potentially get on base for Ava Kuzak, who's waiting on deck and already has a home run today. There's strike 2. Kamazin is the team leader in RBIs this season, just 1 ahead of Jordy Fromm entering today. Now faces a full count. Jacobson looking for a second strikeout and to avoid more damage done by this Nebraska offense. Kamazin able to foul that one off and stay alive. Here's Jordy Fromm patiently waiting at third, hoping for another chance to run. The full count. And there's the walk. Kamazin will head to first. Runners at the corners for Ava Kuzak. Nice at-bat there from Kamazin to stay alive. And able to get her second walk of the day. Now things getting even more tough for Jacobson, who's about to throw pitch number 80. Now I have to start to wonder, how long does Yvette Healy leave Jacobson out there?
Kuzak with that home run in the first. Big part of why they have that 4-0 lead right now, and a big reason why they won Game 2 yesterday.
2 runners on, and a 4-0 lead. Ava Kuzak, the former Badger, fouls the first off.
Looking a potential bunt situation.
It is a possibility. Kuzak did have a conversation with her head coach, Rhonda Ravel, before this at-bat, determining the strategy of how to approach this with 2 down. There's strike number 2, and then a wild throw from Blomberg as Kamazin was going to steal second, and the wild throw allows Fromm to come home. It's 5-0 Cornhuskers, and a successful stolen base for Hannah Kamazin, the 4th this season.
Another wild throw from Blomberg. It was a big reason why the Cornhuskers were able to get up to that 6-0 lead yesterday, and now a big reason why they can get up to this 5-0 lead today.
Defensive mistakes hurting Wisconsin in this one. It's 5-0 Nebraska. That pitch high for ball 1. 1-2 count to Kuzak. Unforced errors hurting Wisconsin in a big way here in Game 3. Trying to avoid the sweep against the 5th-ranked Cornhuskers. Jacobson gets the strikeout, her second. Kuzak retired, and that will take us to the bottom of the 4th. Nebraska builds on their lead. It's 5-0 in favor of the 5th-ranked team. We will be right back here on Big Ten Plus. Back here in Madison, the 5th-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers with a 5-0 lead. So we're going to take a look at their head coach, Rhonda Ravel. She's been at it for a long time, 34 seasons as the head coach of the Huskers, over 1,200 wins. She got win number 1,200 in the sweep against, just recently, winning as head coach in Nebraska program history, winning as head coach in Nebraska athletics history. She has done a lot for this program and has them in a great position this season as they try to chase a first ever Women's College World Series title. Hillary Blomberg up to bat for Wisconsin. 0 for 1 today. Facing a 1-0 count after ball 1 thrown by Jensen, who's been flawless this series. There's ball number 2.
Going into this series, we talked about how it would be huge with this Jensen freshman versus a Blomberg senior matchup. You'd think that Blomberg would have the advantage, but so far Jensen's just been dominating in this series.
Jessie Farrell with some quick words for her pitcher. "12 strikeouts this series for Jensen. Just 3 hits allowed, all of them singles. Wisconsin still without an extra bases hit. 3-0 count to Blomberg. Take a look there. Tied for second in program history with her 31 career home runs. There's a strike thrown by Jensen. Only had 1 walk in game 1. Hasn't walked anyone yet today. Until now. That one outside, ball number 4, and Blomberg will get on base.
If you're the Badgers, you're just content with getting on base. If you're Nebraska, you're happy that the home run threat is no longer hitting.
And now Yvette Healy able to go to her small ball. Preferred way she likes to play. She brings on the pinch runner. That would be Sydney Spear, the freshman. He's coming as a pinch runner in now all 3 games of this series. As Olivia Bark comes to the plate. Wisconsin definitely going to be happy to get their first batter of the inning on base. Now it is Bark who takes strike 1. 1 for 1 today, single in the first. She leads Wisconsin in total hits this season with 45. And now Spear is going to head to second as the ball gets away from Farrell. So a runner in scoring position for Olivia Bark.
That's her 4th stolen base of the year, along with seeing some rotation in the outfield defensively.
Bark to second. That's Cam is unable to make the play at first, so Bark is retired. But Spear able to advance to third as Kendra Lewis comes up. Wisconsin looking for their first run of the series.
A runner in scoring position. That's exactly what the Badgers have been looking for these past 2 games. Aside from the first 2 innings of that first game, huge opportunity for Kendra Lewis.
Lewis fouls that one off as the corner's coming in for Nebraska. Potentially anticipating a bunt from Lewis. Nebraska's looking for a 3rd straight shutout. It'd be the first time that they shut out all 3 games of a series since 2014 at Michigan State, if they're able to keep the Wisconsin offense quiet today. In danger of losing that as that one is hit into left. The catch is made. Spear's going to come home. Wisconsin gets on the board. It's 5-1, but Wisconsin breaks the series shutout. A sac fly RBI from Kendra Lewis.
Lucky to fit that stat in right as that happened. It took you a while to find that.
It did. I spent most of my time pregame looking for that. So 2 outs, but Wisconsin finally on the board as Jackie Showalter comes up. She's 0 for 1 today. Strike 1 taken. And for the first time this series, the We Want More is able to be heard here at Goodman. That's Kurt down there leading them for Wisconsin. Ball 1 taken there. One of the many Wisconsin super fans. It's been a quick turnaround for him to get back to Madison after the Frozen Four in Vegas. There's ball number 2 thrown by Jensen. Two, 1 count. Swing and a miss from Showalter. That'll be strike number 2. Jensen looking for her 3rd strikeout. Had 2 in the first. Hasn't had one since. How can she respond after losing her shutout? Throws ball 3 to bring the count full.
Showalter is described as scary at the plate and has hit a home run in 3 of the last 4 games going into this Nebraska series.
Had 4 RBIs against Purdue. Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout for Jensen, who's fired up. Her 3rd strikeout today. So Wisconsin gets on the board in the bottom of the 4th. But another strikeout for Alexis Jensen. And Nebraska has a 4-run lead as we head to the... Back here in Madison, Nebraska leading 5-1 over Wisconsin. The Badgers able to get on the board for the first time this series. In the bottom of the fourth, thanks to a Kendra Lewis sack fly.
A big inning from Sydney Spear to steal bases, get all the way into scoring position as the pinch runner. Maybe a spark that the Wisconsin offense needs to build some momentum even outside of this Nebraska series.
Now Jacobson still in the circle for Wisconsin. It's been a busy series for her, went all 7 innings in game 1, the 5-0 Nebraska win. She threw 6 strikeouts in that game, has 2 today. Now going against Farrell, who's 0 for 2. Farrell, who did hit a home run off of Jacobson in game 1, fouls the first pitch off. So we'll go down to strike 1.
Another transfer on this Nebraska roster, spent 2 seasons at UNLV before transferring in 2025.
She's one of 10 players on this Nebraska roster who has transferred to Nebraska at some point in their career. That one fouled off. And while they do have a lot of transfers, take a look at Nebraska, their double numbers. Farrell right behind Camazin with 9 doubles on the season. Farrell is one of the 2 players who transferred to Nebraska this year, as well as Hannah Kaur. Hits that one in the air. Towards third, Bark is under it and able to make the catch.
It's not just hometown and family ties. Some of these players have played club softball here, or they've just felt homesick, any of the above. They're all here for Nebraska. And that program is built very well in that 34-year history.
A program that's in a great position this year. Already mentioned they're 5th in RPI. That's the best out of all the Big Ten schools. There's strike 1 thrown by Jacobson going against Jensen. 1 for 2 today with a double in the 3rd. Jensen has 3 RBIs this series, 1 today and 2 yesterday. Takes ball 1.
Get a lefty batter versus a righty pitcher. Tight inside pitch right there. Interesting to see what she has for this one. Low outside.
3rd time the 2 starting pitchers have faced off in this game. Two-one pitch. Fouled off by Jensen. Here's the 2-2. That will miss the zone. Now a full count at 3-2.
Another one low and outside.
Jensen, one of 2 freshmen on this Nebraska team. The other, Scarlett Jones, who was a high school teammate at Gretna High School back home in Nebraska. Won a state championship together in 2024. Jensen hits that one hard into right and off the top of the wall. Jensen is going to second, and she will stay there. A second double today for Alexis Jensen. She can pitch, she can hit, and she has been phenomenal this series. She's been phenomenal all series long. She was inches away from a home run there.
Almost playable, maybe got the eyes lost in the sun there, but nonetheless another double added to that long list we looked at earlier.
Now Nebraska going to bring in a pinch runner. Kennedy Williams heads to second. He's now appeared as a pinch runner in all 3 games this series, the second-year sophomore.
She also plays plays basketball for Nebraska.
He's a hometown kid from Lincoln. Hoping for a chance to run as Casey Hoffman comes back to the plate. Hoffman 2 for 2 today. Has an RBI single in the third, as well as a single in the second. It's been a great series for her. That's ball 2 thrown by Jacobson. Nearing 100 pitches thrown today.
And for that 4th RBI here.
Now a 3-0 count to Hoffman. Spent 3 seasons with Arkansas. Hit 15 home runs, 47 RBIs in those 3 seasons. However, she did not play at all in 2024. Does mean that there was some crossover at Arkansas with the Kamazin sisters before all 3 of them came to Nebraska. And now Hoffman's going to get to take the walk to first. A 4-ball walk from Jacobson. And now Healy coming out of the dugout.
We're going to get another pinch runner.
That's Caitlin Kaneda for Nebraska. As Yvette Healy going to have a conversation with her pitcher. Does she go to the bullpen? Jacobson, who pitched all 7 innings of game 1. Then it was Kendra Lewis and Barrett Herr, who we saw in game 2.
Be a similar cadence to the Maryland series where Jacobson pitches all of game 1. You see her, Lewis, Felci in a rotation in game 2, and then you start with Jacobson for another 5 innings, and then you see what Felci and Lewis could do in that back half of that Maryland game. So might be seeing a similar type of deal here.
Just going to leave Jacobson in the circle for now. Lewis and Felci both pitched 3 innings yesterday. Barrett Herb pitched 1 inning. Felci didn't give up any runs in those 3 innings against Nebraska. Here's Samantha Bland 0 for 2 today.
After that fielder's choice.
Also had the interference call in the second. There's strike 1. 2 runners on for Bland. Not the most powerful hitter, just 2 home runs, 12 RBIs on the season. Let's just be hoping that she could potentially get on base, potentially hit some extra bases to drive these 2 pinch runners home. They do have Lauren Kamazin waiting on deck, another great hitter for this Nebraska team. One of the many great options they have in the batter's box. Here's the 1-1 from Jacobson, check swing. Didn't go, that's ball 2.
She'll need to tap into that magic she had against Iowa when she broke the school record for home runs.
Jacobson again misses the zone for ball 3. Hitters count to Bland. With runners on first and second. Swing and a miss, that's strike 2. Now a full count. Jacobson looking for her 3rd strikeout of the game. It'll be her 9th strikeout of the series.
70th strikeout on the season.
Bland fouls that one off to stay alive. The 3-2. Check swing, didn't go. That's ball 4. And the bases are loaded for Lauren Camazin. With just 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Position for Jacobson. Another look at that check swing. Lauren Camazin 1 for 2 today. Had a single in the second. That one hit towards short. Conger unable to do anything with it. A run's going to score. It's 6-1 Nebraska. And the bases remain loaded.
We saw that earlier on in the game as well, the trouble handling the softball in the infield. A product of the rain, but Nebraska's been able to handle it decently well. So
2 errors have already been recorded against Wisconsin in this game. We'll see if that goes down as another one. Now the bases are loaded for Jordy Fromm. This is not what you want to see if you're Shelby Jacobson. 6-1 lead for Nebraska. Fromm hits one hard, left center field, back at the wall. A grand slam! Jordy Fromm opens up the game. 10-1 Huskers. No doubt about that one. One of the most exciting players in the entire nation with another highlight reel play. Incredible.
now I think it's safe to say that Fromm is the player of this series with how well she pitched and now how well she hit the grand slam to put the real foot on the gas right there for Nebraska.
And that will be it for Shelby Jacobson. A tough day for her. Some defensive mistakes not helping her out. 10-1 Nebraska. A grand slam from Jordy Fromm to really break this game open.
Now you get Jordan Felchey, who pitched 3 scoreless innings in game 2.
It's one of Felchey's best pitching performances of her young career. Her 15th appearance of the season. A 7.97 ERA. It's mainly come in as a relief pitcher. She does it once again today. First batter faced will be Hannah Kaur, who's 0 for 3.
Reminder of the mercy rules: a game ends if a team is leading by 8 or more runs after 5 or more equal innings.
So Felchey's job will be to prevent any more damage this inning. 5 runs being put up here in the top of the 5th. And then if Felchey is able to keep it at just a 9-run deficit, Wisconsin will need 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th to keep the game going. Kaur hits that one into right. Kendra Lewis makes the catch for out number 2. Looked like she maybe bobbled it right at the end, but was able to hold on for the out.
Nebraska out looking for blood with these hits. Aggressive hitting at the first pitch, something the Badgers haven't done a good job of this series.
Here is Hannah Camazin. Has walked twice today. And had a single in the 3rd. Also had a stolen base last inning in the 4th. That one outside for ball 1. Even count. Camazin will foul that one off. Ava Kuzak once again waiting on deck. She's the one who got the scoring started back in the first. Wondering if she'll get another chance at bat. Ball 2 thrown there by Felci. 2-2 count.
You don't really know much about Jordan Felci so far. Only 13 appearances in the circle so far for the Badgers, and only just a sophomore left-handed pitcher.
That one fouled off by Camazin. Felci had 1 strikeout yesterday in game 2. She has had a strikeout in her last 4 appearances. Trying to get one here. Misses the zone. It's a full count.
As the wind picks up towards the batter now.
The 3-2 from Felci. That one hit the bat of Camazin, so it goes foul. Camazin stays alive. Trying to reach base for the 4th time today. Take another look at that last pitch.
Just barely.
Another 3-2. And again fouled off to stay alive. Camazin not wanting her day in the batter's box to come to an end. It's been a great day for her. A great day for this Nebraska team. It's on the brink of a 2nd consecutive sweep. It'd be an 8th consecutive victory. Nebraska has just 1 loss in their last 22 games. It was against UCLA. Their 1 Big Ten loss this season. There's a walk. Camazin will head to first. The inning will continue as Ava Kuzak comes back to the plate.
No shame with your 1 loss being to a very, very good UCLA team that has around 120 home runs. Just to give a little bit of perspective there, Nebraska has around 65 home runs, pending the result of this game, of course.
Wisconsin knows all too well about how many runs that UCLA team can put up. Kuzak, left center field. Has she done it again? She has. It's a 2-run home run day on her Goodman homecoming. The former Badger making her former team pay. 4 RBI day for Ava Kuzak. 12-1 Nebraska.
Right on cue, 2 home runs on the day. She's been batting amazing for the last 8 games now. It's kind of textbook at this point for the former Badger.
This Nebraska team cannot be stopped. It has been their weekend. And now Jessie Farrell comes on deck, comes to the batter's box. Another dangerous hitter. Here's strike 1 thrown there by Felci. Nebraska team that is well built for a deep playoff run. They were eliminated in 3 games by Tennessee in the Super Regional last year. They won the first game, lost the second 2 to have their season come to an end. But this is a team that looks very capable of being a big contender when the tournament rolls around. That one into center. Lucy makes the catch for out number 3. A 7-run top of the 5th for Nebraska. And now Wisconsin has to get their offense to come alive to keep the game going. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 12-1 Huskers. Back here on Big Ten Plus, Nebraska, a 12-1 lead. And with more on the Huskers' experience is the third member of our crew, Rachel Cohen.
This Nebraska team is a veteran group, and that's something that head coach Rhonda Revelle said has been critical to their success. She says she really likes where they're at fully, emotionally. They've been playing really consistent. Haven't had too much of an emotional roller coaster this season that you sometimes get with a less experienced team. And so she said she's been really loving that aspect of it. They've been trying to enjoy the game and stay present, and we're really seeing that joy out there today, guys.
Thanks for that, Rachel. There's a look at Jordy Fromm back in the circle for Nebraska. She just hit a grand slam, and now she's trying to close out this game. Wisconsin needs 4 runs in this inning to keep the game going as the rain starts to come down at Goodman. A pitch high from Fromm for ball 1.
With how game 2 ended for Jordy Fromm, you know she's going to want to end this strong as a pitcher and finish this game out.
Fromm and Jensen both with very strong cases for player of the weekend. Have to think that grand slam pretty much sealed it for Fromm, who now tries to close out the game. And she was 1 out away from a no-hitter yesterday until Olivia Bark hit a single. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. That one fouled off by Lucy. Stay alive, count 1 and 2.
Gotta think Nebraska's looking to slam the door here with this pitching change between these two great pitchers.
Nebraska team that has a lot of pitching talent. I mean, Kaylee McGee, another great pitcher, has not pitched at all this series. Hannah Kamazin can pitch. She hasn't pitched at all this series. There's a swing and a miss from Lucy. And then the run to first, not in time. That's out number 1. Nebraska 2 outs away.
So it looks like the rain has slowed down a bit.
Kaylee Whitten now 0 for 1 today. Fouls the first off. And that just goes to show how dominant this Nebraska team has been. This is only the second time Whitten has come up to bat, number 7 in the batting order for Wisconsin. They just haven't had the chances offensively against the dominance that has been Alexis Jensen and now Jordy Fromm. Whitten, who popped out in the second.
The Badgers just haven't been winning the first pitch, and they haven't adjusted the second and third time through the order. They've been hitting from behind in counts all weekend, and Nebraska's taken away all of their timing, and Wisconsin throughout these 3 games just hasn't adjusted.
The 1-1 from Fromm. Again fouled off by Whitten. Whitten has just 9 hits on the season, 43 at-bats. Has walked 5 times and struck out 3 times. Wisconsin needing 4 runs to keep the game going and avoid the run rule. That one down the line and foul. Whitten stays alive. And with Fromm moving into the circle, that has brought Bella Bacon in at first. Bacon did appear last game in the field. Has not had a plate appearance this series. Again fouled off by Whitten. She is not going down without a fight.
Fromm operating off 18 consecutive scoreless innings. Looking to continue that here up to 19.
Shutout yesterday from Fromm. It's her 5th complete game shutout of the season as there's ball 2. Brings the count even. 2-2 from Fromm. Whitten connects into left at the wall. It's gone! Kaylee Whitten with a home run. What a time to hit the first of your career. It is 12-2. But something to cheer about for Wisconsin. And that breaks the scoreless streak for Jordy Fromm.
The Badgers have broken the offensive home run streak now. First one of this series. Huge one for some momentum going into these next games coming up.
It has been a tough series for Wisconsin, but a bright spot to take away from this. The first career home run for Kaylee Whitten. And she does it off of one of the best pitchers in the nation. Now Riley Crane, she hits that one to short. And the play is made for out number 2. Ava Kuzak to Bella Bacon. And now Nebraska 1 out away from victory. Wisconsin still needs 3 more runs to keep the game going.
That was Fromm's 7th home run allowed this season, just 7.
Now facing Hannah Conger, the 9th batter in this Wisconsin batting order. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. A fly out in the 3rd. If Conger is unable to get on base, that means Wisconsin would only have gotten through their entire batting order twice. That pitch gets away. Ball 1. That went to second and past Kamazin. And Conger will reach base. And that keeps a glimmer of hope for Wisconsin to stay alive in this game. Emily Bojan up to bat now.
They could definitely use that on-base percentage from her to keep this game within a 3 home run reach if they can get that done.
29th hit of the season for Conger. Now Bojan against Fromm. There's ball number 1. If Bojan is able to get on base and bring up Hillary Blomberg, she would be the run that they need to avoid the mercy rule and bring us to a 6th inning. Nebraska ahead 12-2. It was the Jordy Fromm grand slam in the top of the 5th. It really opened up this game. It was a 7-run top of the 5th for Nebraska. More runs in the top of the 5th than they had in either of the first 2 games. 1-1 count to Bojan. Bojan into left, and the catch is made. And that ends the game. Nebraska gets another win. Natalia Hill with the final out. It is a 12-2 run rule victory for the Cornhuskers. That is 8 consecutive victories for Nebraska, a 2nd consecutive sweep, and now 7 straight wins against Wisconsin. A dominant performance, a dominant series for one of the best teams in the country. 14-1 they move to in Big Ten play, the best start since 2022.
And a big series from both of their pitchers. You just leave out the last inning of these last 2 contests, and it's even more astronomical stuff from this pitching department. It was a great defensive performance to only allow 2 runs the entire series, and big for Wisconsin to put up those 2 runs in the back half of this last game against Nebraska.
Taking a look at the stats, 10 hits for Nebraska, 3 hits for Wisconsin. Those 3 errors for the Badgers, not doing them any favors. Nebraska left 5 runners on base, just 1 for Wisconsin.
Those 5 came really early on, and they fixed that issue and adjusted and put 12 runs on the board. Big for Nebraska to overcome that and get this mercy.
It was Ava Kuzak who got us started with a 2-run shot in the first. Shelby Jacobson responded with a few strikeouts, but it was Alexis Jensen through the first 4 innings who was dominant, gave up just run. But then in the top of the 5th, Nebraska opened up the game. A grand slam from Jordy Fromm. A 2-run home run again from Ava Kuzak, the former Badger, with 2 home runs against her former team at the former place she called home. And that gave Nebraska the big lead. Kaylee Whitten pulled one back with her first career home run in the bottom of the 5th, but it wasn't enough to avoid the run rule. Nebraska gets the win, 12-2, the final score. They keep pace with Washington in the race for the Big Ten title. That is all from us here on Big Ten Plus. Carter Burmaster, Johnny Radin, Rachel Cohen, the entire crew here in Madison. We thank you for joining us, and have a good day.